What's up, gang? So in this video, I want to address a couple things. I want to address the Yamamoto situation and why I think why I'm 100% confident that the Yankees will sign Yamamoto, as well as I want to compare what the Yankees have done compared to what the Dodgers have done. I think it's very important to understand that and understand why that is so important when it comes to the Yamamoto signing. So before I get into that, if you could hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon buttons, it'd be greatly appreciated. It is extremely helpful for the channel. It gives me great feedback on the content that I put out, as well as I don't want you to miss out on a single thing that happens and comes out when I put it out. So please do so. Let's get into it. So let's start off with the Yamamoto signing and why I am 100% confident that the Yankees will end up with Yamamoto. So if we think about it, there are going to be multiple teams who are involved in Yamamoto. The Dodgers are probably going to be in it, the Red Sox, the Giants, and the Mets, and obviously the Yankees. But the difference between the Yankees and the rest of them is there have been multiple reports of Yamamoto growing up a Yankees fan and idolizing Masahiro Tanaka and all that. But the difference is the Yankees have gone above and beyond to try and show Yamamoto that they are serious about him. They had a couple of representatives go out to Japan and stayed in Japan and watched every one of his games that he pitched, where he pitched a no-hitter, multiple complete games. It was a good showing for him. It shows that that the Yankees were very interested in him, as well as they had Tanaka was spotted going over to Yamamoto's house to have dinner with him and talk with him and his family. Now, I know other representatives did go out there from different teams, but the Yankees were out there every single start. So that's the difference right there. The other difference is there are things that teams can offer him that the Yankees can match or beat. So that's where the comparison of what the Yankees have done compared to the Dodgers and what they've done comes into play, which is very important to understand. So then at least it gives everyone a better idea on what actually has happened. I've heard from a few people that we shouldn't be this confident about it because there are other teams that are going to be pushing hard to get him and be heavily in on him. I disagree with that. I think you should be extremely confident about it because there are teams that can offer things to him that the Yankees can either meet or match or beat. So that's how I look at it. So let's get into the comparison between the Dodgers and the Yankees. So I've also heard that the Yankees are going to do everything they can to re-sign Soto in the offseason of next year. Now, I've also heard that, money is going to be an issue. Don't let that fool you. Money is not going to be an issue with the Yankees. They will be able to afford Juan Soto and also being able to sign Yamamoto. So let's get into this comparison. So the Yankees, in a matter of a week and a half, have acquired 5 different players. Okay? 5 different players for less than what the Dodgers paid for Ohtani. So let's look at the numbers and how this will work. So the Yankees had acquired Alex Verdugo and his salary is $9 million. Now, he's in a walk year, just like Soto. So that's something to keep in mind. Then 24 hours later, the Yankees made a 7-player blockbuster deal with the Padres to acquire Juan Soto, who's making $33 million in arbitration, and Trent Grisham, who's making $4.5 million. So right there, you're looking at $37.5 million between Grisham and Soto, and then you're looking at another 9 with Verdugo. So that's $46 million between those 3 players alone. Then just yesterday, they made a trade with the Dodgers to get Victor Gonzalez and Yorbit Vivas. So 2 40-man roster pieces from the Dodgers went to the Yankees, and Trey Sweeney went over to the Dodgers. So you're looking at $880,500 between Gonzalez and Vivas. So you're looking roughly $49 million for all 5 of those players, which is very important, and keep that in mind because the Dodgers just gave Ohtani a 10-year, $700 million contract. That is almost $750 million to one player, while the Yankees have roughly traded for about $49 million. So there's a major difference there. So people say, well, how are they going to be able to afford Juan Soto and Yamamoto? Well, this is where the breakdown comes into play. So coming off the books this year for the Yankees will be an $8 million buyout for Josh Donaldson. Gleyber Torres has $15 million coming off the books from him for arbitration. And Anthony Rizzo has $23 million coming off the books. So right there, you're looking at $46 million coming off the books this year alone. So that alone would pay for a Soto extension. And it still gets them under the luxury tax threshold. So that right there, for just those 3 guys, Donaldson, Torres, and Rizzo, coming off the books, pays for that Soto extension. And then next year, we've got Aaron Hicks coming off the books, which would be another $16 million. So you're still creeping down, even though you're still above that threshold, you are still creeping down because that's in 25. And in 26, DJ LeMahieu comes off the books. His $15 million contract comes off the books as well in 26. And then in 27, Giancarlo's $25 to $30 million contract comes off the books. So right there between Stanton, LeMahieu, and Hicks in 25 through 27, you're looking roughly $61 million coming off the books. So that already right there puts you back down below that threshold and still being able to afford Yamamoto and Soto. Now, let's get on to the needs for each team going into this offseason. So the Yankees' needs were bullpen. They need a closer. They do need some middle relief and at least a starting pitcher. They could get another starting pitcher, which would be great. That would solidify that rotation. But that's where Yamamoto comes into play. So Yamamoto would be that starter that they would get to solidify that rotation. And your rotation could look as such: Cole, Yamamoto, Rodon, Schmidt, and then Cortez. And Cortez. So that would be the rotation. That's if Yamamoto signs with the Yankees. Again, I'm 100% confident that they will sign him. So that would address your starting pitching needs. They also needed 2 left-handed bats. So that's something else to think about. And the Dodgers' needs, well, they needed 2 elite starting pitchers. They needed a corner outfield, and they also needed some back end of the bullpen help. So let's go to the needs that are addressed. So the Yankees addressed the bullpen partially by the trade that they made with the Dodgers, because Victor Gonzalez is a left-handed relief pitcher, so he would go to the bullpen. They also signed a piece at the beginning of the offseason, so that also addresses the bullpen need. So they get a couple of bullpen pieces there. And they also needed 2 left-handed bats, or that's what they were looking for, in which they got in Alex Verdugo and Juan Soto. So the Dodgers, this is where that $700 million contract for Ohtani comes into play. The Dodgers have not addressed the needs that they needed, because Ohtani is not going to be able to do much next year because of his Tommy John surgery, his second Tommy John surgery. So he's primarily going to be DHing for most of next year, or for all of next year, which hurts the Dodgers, because if one of their outfielders needs a day off or needs to DH, they can't do that unless they give Ohtani a day off. So that hurts them right there. So their corner outfield need has not been addressed. Also, by signing Ohtani to a 10-year, $700 million contract, it also hurts them in the pitching department too. Because yes, will they be in it on Yamamoto? Absolutely, not questioning that. But the chances of them signing him, not likely. So there have also been reports that the Dodgers are now going to take themselves out of the Yamamoto running and look to Tyler Glasnow of Tampa Bay. Because now what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to, it doesn't matter, now mind you, it doesn't matter about the deferrals. It's still $700 million. So with that being said, now they're going to have to turn their attention to the trade market. See who they can get off the trade market. And Tyler Glasnow is one name that's been mentioned and linked to the Dodgers. So the Dodgers would have to be tearing their farm system apart to get 2 elite starting pitchers. So they haven't addressed that yet either. And it's going to be much more difficult for them to address that than it would have been had they not given Ohtani that kind of a contract. Also, their back end of the bullpen help. They're going to have to find a way to get bullpen help, whether it's through a trade or free agency. Free agency is not so likely. Trades, maybe in-house pitching, but the Dodgers have put themselves in a predicament that does not exactly help their cause. So with the Yankees comparing to the Dodgers and how it affects the Yamamoto situation is, with what the Yankees have done, they have literally not spent a single penny on a free agent or on big names. They've only traded for big names. Has it hurt them prospect-wise? Yes. But regardless of that, they have the money to do it. They have the money to retain Soto after this year, and they have the money to get Yamamoto. With the Dodgers, they shot themselves in the foot with that contract because Ohtani does not fulfill the needs that they have to make their team better. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of the breakdown and everything that I've gone through. And let me know what you guys think. Until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.